Tonight, the president signs the order. Family separations are stopping for now at our southern border, but a permanent fix to our country's immigration system, that is still up in the air. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. Now, the images of these crying children taken from their parents have been seared into our national memory. And after days of passionate pleas to stop the practice, the president seems to be listening.
The dilemma is that if you're weak, which some people would like you to be, if you're really, really pathetically weak, the country's going to be overrun with millions of people. And if you're strong, then you don't have any heart. That's a tough dilemma. Perhaps I'd rather be strong, but that's a tough dilemma.
Maintains the border will be tough and the zero tolerance policy will remain in place. So families will be detained. Now they'll just be together. However, experts say this executive order could create even more legal trouble because indefinite detention of minors would violate the Florida settlement, which requires release to the least restrictive environment within 20 days.
And concerns over what happens next bleeding over into Colorado.
Denver 7's Mark Stewart is live tonight to tell us what's being done here right now. Mark.
And immigration activists feel this is not the time for complacency. That is why the ACLU will soon host a phone bank here with its members, telling them to call their lawmakers to put pressure on members of Congress to deal with this bigger immigration issue. Even though there appears to be some resolution at the moment on this particular issue, there's still a lot of anxiety.
This morning I got here around 9:15, 9:30.
Lynn Vanderwielen has been here in front of the ICE facility in Aurora, concerned about the separation of children from their parents.
And after reading about the children who are my son's age being ripped from their mothers, it was just really tough to read.
Shortly after she arrived, the president signed an order to keep parents and children together.
These kids' lives are being held as political pawns in this moment.
Children being used as leverage for the immigration debate in D.C., including the possibility of building a border wall.
People don't make a desperate choice just for, for gain. It is really economic factors, crises of government instability, violence that they're fleeing.
Immigration activists tell Denver 7 they are aware of dozens of recent cases where mothers have been separated from their children here in Colorado. According to Syracuse researchers, since 2005, there have been 5,088 juveniles in deportation in our state. Just over half were not represented.
He said he did not have the legal authority to do it. And now he does.
Republican Mike Coffin, critical of the policy, says he's glad to see the reversal.
It's a very sad chapter, I think, in just our nation as one who cares about human rights.
At the same time, Democrat Diana DeGette tweeting, Americans have placed tremendous pressure on the president to end family separation. Our advocacy is working. But the big picture remains. Congress has failed to take up a comprehensive immigration policy, and the pressure is now on lawmakers.
There is not one single solution that can be signed with a pen today or tomorrow or next week that will solve the challenges our country's facing in terms of inclusion, in terms of welcoming families and individuals.
The ACLU from Colorado will soon send one of its staff members down to Texas to observe the whole immigration, the whole income process that is under so much scrutiny right now. I think the feeling is that this need for observation, it needs to be constant. We're live in Denver tonight. Mark Stewart, Denver 7.